Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the DLP Parade here. Now, in Chapter 4, we talked to you about the classification rule. We created one with social security numbers that could get blocked if you sent them off to a cloud vector. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to use the same social security number classification, and we're going to tie it in where you can't put it out to a printer locally, or the block clipboard, which allow us to Control-C, Control-V, cut, paste. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start over here at the DLP Policy Manager, go down to the lower left-hand corner, and we would create a new rule. Whatever name you enter is going to appear on the Rule Set menu, just like it appears here. We're going to start here with the clipboard. You would have created a clipboard, template, and then one for printer, meaning that when I named it, this would in fact be empty, and you would need to come down to Actions, New Rule, and then select from the list here. Of course, this is a clipboard. We would choose clipboard, and then the rule would appear very much like you see here on your screen. What we will do is we will use that clipboard, SS confidential words, plus more. We enable the state, and we change the severity as we feel is necessary. Under the condition, we have classification is one of confidential words, SS numbers, PCI, PHI, and SOCs. We will click on the three dots here in the box to reveal the list that was provided to you by McAfee. Plus, when we uncheck this, you'll see what I have in fact created. SS numbers, confidential words contains like secret, private, confidential, very simple words just like that. I'm going to head on over to reaction since I don't have any exceptions. The action is going to be block. I will use a user notification supplied to us out of the box from DLP 11, default clipboard protection. We will select close manually, so when the pop-up comes on to the client, it will stay right in front of your face until you close it. All right, we're going to click Save. That's it for the very simple clipboard rule, and then we'll hit Close. We're going to do the very same things, rinse and repeat, to get to the point where we're going to actually create a printer rule. Once again, down to Actions, create a new rule, printer rule. Once we do that, you'll have the rule here, and then we will go in and configure it like we did the others by choosing classifications. If you don't want SS numbers to be sitting alone, you could select other items in here. What I did was I chose the plus sign that was next to here. They don't have to be separated like this. They could all be in one rule. You're going to enable the state, and you're going to change the severity as you feel is necessary. Head on over to the Reaction tab. In this case, we're going to request a justification. We could have just simply blocked, but I wanted to show you something different. Request justification, the default printer justification notification will appear, along with the pop-up. So we have the default printer justification. Action is really what its name is. It really isn't a notification. That's down here. At the end of the day, they're both going to be notifications that are going to come up on your screen, and that's why I said it the way I did. Now, reporting the incident is easy by a checkbox here, and I could also place a check mark here to store it for evidence if that's also what I wanted to do. I'll click Save. And we're going to close out of this rule. So now we have two rules, number 4, number 5 for clipboard and printer. Now we have to apply them to our policy manager, to the policy that's going out to the clients. So what we're going to do is head on up here to Policy Assignment. There's number 4, there's number 5, but there's no marks next to it, and we have to change it. Down to the lower left-hand corner we go, Actions, Assign Rules, and we'll put a selection next to both of these rules. Click OK. Down to Actions one more time, and apply the selected policies over to the corporate block policy. select Apply Policy. And when it's done, and it is now, it's applied successfully, we'll hit OK, and we have now incremented to revision 9. Over to the client we go. Now at 8, we will collect and send props. After it is incremented to 9, we can actually do our testing. Another way to do this if you're actually at the machine is you can select notification history. And you can see I've already done one test. We're going to do another test. So 1434 was 2:34. It's now 4 o'clock Eastern Time on today's date of January 10th. Head on over to Social Security numbers, and because this is a bogus number, I should be able to print this. Choose my printer, and you may hear the printer in the background getting ready to spit out a paper with this nonsense. Social Security number 2 has something that will get triggered. It a little closely resembles a real SS number, and we're going to right-click on here and click Print. Select Justification. What do we want to do? My manager approved this transmission. All right, and I'll say name is John Smith, extension 2243 for info. Hit OK. Lower right-hand corner says the print was monitored since sensitive content was identified, and let me print it. Somebody had to do that. You could see where if you allowed them to do this, they'd be able to print it and potentially leave. Somebody would have to catch up and see that this actually occurred. If you want to block it, that's the preferred method. It's a lot easier for the user to come in later on and say, hey, I couldn't print something that was necessary for my job, but they weren't able to actually print it and leave with it. Just trying to show you different ways that you can configure the product. Here's the Social Security number. We're going to head on over here to SS number 2 and copy it. And then we're going to create a brand new file and copy the contents. Paste. Down here, you'll see sensitive content was found in the notepad. We're not going to, through the notepad, let you copy and paste it. Okay, and finally, here's the notification history where you will see the different events that happen from the client. Here's what the pop-up looked like. All of the information in the Incident Manager can be found and observed up on the EPO server. And that's it for Chapter 5. Now you had a chance to see how we blocked confidential information heading out to the cloud, to the printer, to the clipboard. Other videos will be coming. We appreciate you watching. My name is Jay Appel from Ed Services, and I wish you a good day, and we'll see you in the classroom.